Yes, I'm excited to meet everyone.
Oh, I see us. We are live. Okay, so we should be popping up live in just a second. I'm going to check. If you hop on.
Yes, I'm excited to meet everyone.
I think I could say, there we go. Say hello.
Oh,
I see us. We are live. Okay, so we should be popping up live in just a second. You'll just turn your volume down, Gabrielle, on your cell phone, and it won't give us the feedback. There we go.
Okay, yeah, I don't even have it on my phone. I think it's coming from your phone, the feedback. I think I can.
Ha! It was me. I thought it was you.
I was gonna say, I was like, I can hear something. I don't think it's on my end, but.
You gotta love technology. So when we live stream from Zoom, it will pick up our desktop. Delaney's on. What's up, Delaney?
Hello, Delaney.
All right. So if you guys are catching the live or the replay, feel free to ask questions. We'll try to address a few as they come up. Otherwise, we'll come back. Both Gabrielle and I will come back even for several days and ask questions that you have. Feel free to pop in our DMs if you have questions specifically or want us to expand on something. But the idea of this was being able to give those of you who are considering being at Reach Retreat, as well as those who've already said yes, to really be able to see what we're going to be expanding on and hitting on in Savannah in July. So I have Gabrielle Laura. She was a former coach of mine. She's a niche expert. She really helps with aligned sales strategies in our businesses, and she works with female entrepreneurs. And so this is definitely in alignment with the women that are joining us for Reach Retreat. And I am the founder, for those who do not know. I am Danielle Throckmorton. I'm the founder of Reach Retreat. And so we'll kind of make this more about Gabrielle and let us kind of highlight what she's going to bring to the experience, and then kind of summarize what Reach Retreat is going to look like in July. So I did kind of an intro of you, but I'm going to give you the floor because I feel like it's better coming from you directly on what you do and who you work with.
Absolutely. So hello, everyone. I'm Gabrielle. As Danielle mentioned, Danielle is a close friend of mine, a former client, and I'm so excited to be coming to Reach Retreat. So let's kind of chat through what that looks like who I am, what I'm bringing there. So I am a niche expert and I focus deeply on alignment in people's businesses. So the first thing that I do is I help people extract their niche. And really what that is like their strong suit and what they bring to the table. But then I also help people then, once they figure out what their business is, learn how to sell in a way that works for them and their personality. Because so often in this online space, and this is regardless of what niche you are in, people struggle with sales. They're afraid of it. They're terrified of it. And what I have learned, I come from 5 years of 9-to-5 sales experience, and then almost 2 years of running my own business. What I have learned is that people are constantly operating out of alignment in their business. All parts of it, right? But with Reach Retreat, we're specifically focusing on the sales part of it, because my goal is to help you make more of an impact in your business, right? So that you can impact whomever your dream customer is, like men, women, people. I want to help you do that. And to do that, we have to make sure that you are operating in alignment and selling in a way that works for you and your personality. So we're going to be working deeply on that. And I can't wait.
So that is what I'm excited about, is the niche part of it. Like, we know we're supposed to have this ideal client and et cetera, but what the aligned sales does is more expresses who we are and how
Exactly.
we communicate with our audience. And so for me as a business owner, and you guys know I have my feet in several different things, is like figuring out who Danielle is. And that's what she did with me. And that's something that I saw from past Reach Retreaters feedback, was like the sales part. They want more help in that area. They want to be excited to sell and confident to sell. And so one of the things that I knew for a fact after the first 3 months of working with Gabrielle, and then in asking her to come as a speaker, and then working with her for another 3 months, is like, even just in anything, like even with Reach Retreat, as high as my belief is in what Reach Retreat does, I still needed to really get behind who I am and how I feel good sharing about Reach Retreat. And so like conversation like this, it feels good to me to be able to share with you guys, Gabrielle, and like who you're actually going to get to see, sit at the feet of, and actually having that intimate setting with her and saying, this is what I am personally struggling with in my sales. I don't want to show up on social media, or I'm having a really hard time with one-on-one reach outs. I feel like I'm doing what people say I need to do. That was my thing. I feel like I'm checking all of the boxes, but I'm not really excited, and that energy is being picked up. So as far as the aligned sales, do you want to talk about kind of what it would look like when they attend Reach Retreat and that experience with you?
Absolutely. And something that I want to highlight that you had just mentioned that I just really want to emphasize, and this goes into what I'm about to say, is this is a small community coming to Reach Retreat, right? And it's small and intimate for a reason. And the reason being is that, there's obviously a group environment, but there's also your one-on-one experience. And you're going to have access to the speakers like myself. So I want to dive into that. I'm going to be doing a presentation around aligned sales, right? What that looks like, how that is, so that I can help each and every one of you sell in a way that works for your personality and that's authentic to you. Because so often we run from who we are. We run from who we are in our businesses. And I want to put a stop to that and really start empowering everyone to honor who they are, honor their quirks, honor their uniqueness, honor how they learn, how they build relationships. That is what we're going to be working on. And we're tying sales into that. And I know the word sales has such a bad rap, but that's how you make impact. And that is what I care about. So there's going to be a presentation there. And when I say presentation, I don't mean like this big lecture, like we're like in college and there's 5,000 people. It's really going to be like a conversation. That's an active conversation. You ask me questions. I'm there for you. And then we spend the whole weekend together. There's going to be time for us to do one-on-one together. And just to really drive the value of Reach Retreat, to sit down one-on-one with me, isn't a particularly cheap thing to do. Danielle can attest to that. You get me all weekend at Reach Retreat. Individually, we get to sit down, and I'm not somebody who's like, oh, you only get 1 hour with me. Of course, I have boundaries, but I'm here for all of you. I'm going to impact all of you. And I can't emphasize enough, use that time to sit with me, ask me those questions. Even if you're struggling with your niche a bit, let's dive into your niche. I am there, utilize me. I am going there for all of you. You will have 110% of me the entire time.
I know. And that's where I was like, I literally put in the post this week. I'm a little bit jealous to share her with you. But I'm serious. It has been such an honor. And just being able, when I asked her, would you please come share this with the women? This is an area that I think maybe not everyone, but for the majority, I know of my clients or women that's attended Reach Retreat, we have to sell to bring in income to support our mission and our purpose.
Absolutely.
And Delaney had just said, and she's going to be, she's one of our guest experts and speakers this year, but she said, I feel that this is something I'm struggling with currently, figuring out the way that is comfortable for me to sell my offers. Because you guys see 50 million different ways to sell. Download the digital course, do this. But if it's not actually in alignment with who you are, you're going to keep meeting resistance in that. And that's the bullshit cycle, how she helped me develop who I am. And it's definitely allowing me to lead with a lot more confidence. And that's what your clients need from you, is to be able to confidently back what you're bringing into the world. So, okay. So yes, the one-on-one time and being able to create an actual real-time strategy, sales plan for your business, is going to be huge. And that has been essential for my growth. And so I'm excited to bring it to the Reach Retreat ladies. And so if you guys can relate to that and you're having these struggles in your business and sales is something that feels icky to you, I just want to tell you, it doesn't have to feel that way. And I'm experiencing being on the other side of it now and still learning and growing, but having the right tools and people asking me the right questions has been essential. So I'm just really excited for you to bring that to
I'm so pumped. I can't wait. It's such a problem for so many people. And we're going to nip that in the bud. And I just want to emphasize too, this is just one sliver of Reach Retreat. This is a sliver of it. There are so many other speakers who are going to be driving so much value, who are going to be there the whole time too. Right. So this is just a small piece of the pie. So if this is lighting you up, just know that this is a piece of the pie and you got the whole other pie, baby. It is out there.
Right. So I just thought this would be a great opportunity for them. Just see your personality too, and say is this someone I get to spend this time with? And when she said intimate, this is unlike our past retreats, which they've all been great, but I listened to the feedback and what our attendees are wanting. We're even going to have a full day. Yes, we're going to be working in our but we're exploring the city. We're going to be having our private chef on site, but going and eating local places together because the intimate size of 10 attendees this year, getting the one-on-one time. We're spending a whole day at Tybee Island. Like, we're retreating to work, yes, and learn and grow as a person, do some of the healing aspects, which is going to be great to hear from some of our other speakers. But we're also going to be able to connect with like-minded women, and that community around Reach Retreat is what keeps me doing it. It's what keeps me showing up and hosting these, because you don't just get the support that weekend and then you leave and there's nothing. So it's going to be beyond that. So in summary, come hang out with us at Reach Retreat.
Yes.
If you haven't, maybe this is the first time you're hearing about Reach Retreat, I will link reach-retreat.com is the website, but I'll link that. But the next step would be to apply. If you're interested or you have questions, the application does not tie you into anything. It doesn't cost anything. Like, it's just a conversation with tea or coffee, and we just chat like this and see if it's going to be the right fit for you. Reach Retreat is 50% sold out already, so we only have 5 spots remaining. There's payment plans, so January is a great time to consider kind of taking that next step, because you get to lock in 7 payments. And all that stuff is not so fun to talk about, but it's the reality of like this experience being all inclusive. You don't have to lift a finger. You just get to come and grow and evolve. But that's what this was for, is for you to hear more about it, see if it's the right fit. And I think that's, in summary, it. Gabrielle, that's all I had.
Yes. But I just want to just like add an extra layer on top of this. If you right now are just feeling like, I need community, I need people in my corner, because the people who are in my corner now don't really understand this online space or this business that I'm doing. I don't really feel like I have that support of the people I can go to when I need to. If you are looking for that, it is here. Like, it is here right in front of you. The amount of support that you will receive that whole weekend and beyond, right? Because we're all friends after that. We are friends. Yes. We just spent a whole weekend together unwinding. Like, we are friends after that. Your network is so important, right? Because you never know who somebody else knows. And that is so worth investing in. And like Danielle said, it's all inclusive. There's no lifting any fingers. And I think that's just the best thing ever. So I'd love to see you all there. And I would just love that so much, and to really help your businesses, but most importantly, like, give you the outlet that you need right now.
Yes. And that's where, like, we can go into all the bougie details that I put in.
I want to.
But in reality, like, you will be spoiled, and that is an awesome bonus, but it is community, it's connection, it's growth, it's healing. Mm-hmm. It's more than the 5-star dinners, which Janice, our caterer, she travels with us. She's
Janice.
Yeah, we're gonna give Janice a shout out. So I'm gonna kind of wrap up though, because I know people who want to catch the replay. I want to make sure that we're like really being able to give them what they're needing in that time frame. But I'm thinking one of the questions I wanted to hit on before we signed off, and again, keep asking questions, you guys. Delaney asked, Gabrielle, what drove you to transition from a full-time 9-to-5 to owning your own business? And I love this.
Oh, I love this one too. So I knew since I was a little girl that I was going to run my own business. And then I went through like a traditional education system that I just did not excel in at all. My confidence was totally shot. And I just thought that dream of mine that wasn't really supported by anyone else was just a flop. So then I went into 9-to-5 life, and I could not have been more miserable, horribly miserable, at one point commuting 5 hours a day. And I did everything in my power to figure out what my business would be. And I could just not figure it out, because I was not a healed person. Like, I just like didn't like myself. It was really, there was such a journey there. And then I got laid off in the middle of a pandemic, and I said, now is my time. And I started my business, and I didn't make money for 6 months. And I literally, like, that kickstarted so much of my healing journey. And it really comes full circle now that I help people figure out their niche when I literally couldn't find mine for like 20 years. It comes full circle. So that was a huge motivator for me. It's like, I just had the rug pulled out underneath me in the middle of a pandemic. And I said, I'll never do that again. Like, now is my time to shine. And I began healing, and I began owning who I was. And then my business took off after that. So that was a good question. I appreciate you asking that.
My favorite part of that story is where you had told your soon-to-be husband, you were like, I will never let us be in a position like this again.
Yeah. Yep. Like, Eric lost his job 2 days after me. And I remember I just said to him, like, come hell or high water, I will never, ever, ever let us be in this position again. And then I didn't make money for 6 months. So I had egg on my face big time. So there's a lot more around that story, but yeah, I appreciate you highlighting that.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, Gabby, I'm just thankful that you came in and you shared this with us, and we'll let everybody go. But if you guys have questions, please ask, and feel free to share this with someone. If you have a friend that you know, maybe you're doing well in your business, or maybe you just feel like this sounds just like what they just kind of word vomited with you and shared, and like this is the struggles they're meeting in their business, then this might help them.
Absolutely.
Connect with Gabrielle on social media. She gives so much value. Like that is something that I absolutely love. Like when I was looking for a coach, first of all, we had like really no connections. I just found her through social media, and I kept being drawn to her content. And she literally has so many tips and value and a podcast full of information to just even get a little bit more insight on like what she's going to bring to Reach Retreat. If she gives that much value just openly, then like sitting next to her, you guys have no idea. So thanks, girl. I appreciate it. And just, you guys feel free to engage.
Yes. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to meet all of you. And I am just so excited for this. Thank you, Danielle.